Hey everyone, very good afternoon, good morning, or good day to everyone. I don't know from where you are watching. So, just give me 1 second. I'll start the session. Let me share my screen. Okay. So, hope my screen is visible, right? Can anyone confirm? Just ping me. Okay. All right. So we are all set to start today's session. Just give me one more minute. All right. So welcome you all in the GuiNet Technologies. And today we are going to start a very new batch that is a CCNP NRC. Okay, so might be many of us already know about the CCNP NRC, and many of us you will be the new about this course curriculum, right? So I'll speak about everything what is CCNP NRC and who should complete this course, right? And why we should complete this course. I'll discuss everything about this. So as you guys already know, like this is the GuiNet technologies, and from here we can get the multiple type of training like the networking, security, cloud, or the Zscaler, checkpoint, F5. So if you anyone having any kind of training requirement, they can contact us, and then definitely we're going to help you out. Okay. So without further any delay, right? If you're having any further any query, you can visit our website and you can check out about the all course content about the upcoming modules. Everything is available on our websites. So that is also going to help you in terms of the information if you're gathering about the more about the any training programs, right? So today is just more basic about the one of the course for which I'm going to discuss. That is CCNP NRC, that we having the enterprise advanced routing and services. So many of us you don't know what is this, and might be you already know about this what this CCNP NRC course. So let me just discuss about this. What is CCNP NRC and who should basically do this course, right? So we having the very uh, like predefined journey in terms of the networking. So if you're having like career aspirations to become a network engineer, or you want to go and grow in career in the networking, or you want to become a network engineer, network administrations, like you want to manage the networking, anything, any cloud engineer, any security engineer. So definitely you just have to start your career with the CCNA. That is a basic entry level of the course, right? So once you complete your CCNA, that is Cisco Certified Network Associate, then what next? So many people even confused, what shall I do after the CCNA, right? So after the CCNA, basically we having the variety of the career options available in the market. So people can go for the advanced understanding of the networking, that is a CCNP, and then further they can go for the CCI, right? So CCNP and CCI is a further two module we have, right? Let me, pen is not working correctly. So CCNP and CCN, this is a track for the Cisco. So we start from here and we can go till here. So this is the expert level, this is the like professional level, and this is the entry level of the certifications. So these all certification we are covering step by step. So people can start from CCNA, then go for the CCNP, then go for the CCI. But the journey not stopping here only, right? We having a variety of the field available in the networking domain and security domain, the cloud domain. Likewise, if you've done the CCNA and you want to go in the cloud computing, right? So you can go in the cloud network after the CCNA. If you want to go in the cloud security, you can go in the cloud security. That is also option is available for you. If you want to go after the CCNA, like enterprise networking, right? So enterprise networking is already I explained. This is the path of the enterprise networking. But what about the enterprise security? So we having another module that we known as the enterprise security. So this is the enterprise security is the another module where you can go and explore about the security option, where we're discussing about the firewalls, right? We're discussing the firewalls. We're discussing about that, some advanced kind of the proxies, cloud-based proxy and all. So these all options is also available with us. So I have one question. Hello, sir, I joined the session, but being the 2 minutes, no problem. Enjoy the session. No need to say, I'm sorry. It's okay. So multiple option is available. It's totally, you have to decide how I want to grow. And basically what is the process? If you go and check the Cisco certification, like roadmap, right? So if you see this Cisco certification roadmap, so you having the very good, information available on the Cisco portal that who is one of the leading provider for the training and the different courses. So you can see here, they having the courses like you can go with the CCNP Enterprise that they having recently introduced about the new release, that is a core exam, CCI exams, CCNP exam. They having a various module for the NRC in core. They having some kind of data center, some kind of automation, lot of things they have it, right? So anything you want to do as per the roadmap of the Cisco, you can do it, right? And they also publish their timeline, how and when the exam certification is going to happen, how the blueprint is going to happen, what type the question is going to come in the any of the exam of the Cisco certifications, right? This is all about their roadmap. Also, they're having a the various type of the certification career path. If you go and explore that, let me just show you, and then we'll come back to again our core agenda. So they are having a various, you can see, you can start your career with the CCNA, that is associate level of the exam. You can see CCNA is the first exam where you can enter in the networking domain. So you having the career aspiration of the networking engineer, you can start with the associate level of the exam, right? CCNA. Once you done the CCNA, we having the ample of the option available. You can go for the CCNP Enterprise, that is a CCNP in core, for which we are going to discuss in the 6 p.m. today also, because we are starting a new batch for CCNP in core. That is a one module. We having a CCNP service provider, right? We having a CCNP data centers. We having a CCNP security. We having a CCNP collaborations, right? So we having a variety of the things available in the certification point of view. You have to choose which section I want to use. And you can see CCNP Enterprise itself having the various kind of the exams. So this is a CCNP Enterprise, one of the main exam, but in this exam, they having the various child exams. Like you can go with the CCNP ENARSI, you can go with the CCNP ENSDW, that is SDWAN course. You can go with the CCNP ENSLD, data center, lot of course automations, lot of courses are available. So after CCNA, you can go with the CCNP. After CCNP, you can become the expert with different fields, whatever you want. You want to become expert of the routing, you go with the NRC. You want to become the expert of the SD-WAN, go with the SD-WAN module. Let me see, I have the question. Vishal, any question you have, you want to ask?
No questions. I just wanted to let you know that I have joined it.
Okay. Thank you, Vishal. So this is all about like this is all about this, the career path we have, basically the CCNA and CCNP, where where we having like different of the module about the CCNP NRC, CCNP in core, and the SD-WAN. So all certification, you can see a lot of certification we have. Every certification we have in the various child certification, and these are the different kind of next level of certification where you can do as per your interest, right? So how interest can be built, right? So let's say suppose I have done my CCNA and I want to become a core network engineer, right? So for you, that is CCNP Enterprise is best for you, right? You want to work in the enterprise company like the SCL, Wipro, any?
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, please. Azim,
Yeah,
tell me.
this is Abdul Azim. Yeah. Sir, we have certification is good. Do you have any for industrial experience? Do you have any industrial for ideas for how can we? Because certification is good. Certification is give you a theoretical knowledge. Do you have any for industrial experience? So we have hiring because one job apply many people. But why can we hire for me? So do you have any idea for this?
So see, like I understand your query about the real experience, Muhammad Azim, you were asking, right? Industrial experience, work experience,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
So
because
see,
I have many interview, but he will be asking for the practical question, not for this one OS5 different model, ERGRP, AGRP, BJP, BJP. BGP
I
external
I
for
completely
dealing with the
understand.
energy. SD-WAN, yeah.
I completely understand your query. Let me just answer you, right? How things work,
Yeah.
right? So if you don't know about myself, so I have already 15, 16 years of the real industry experience, right? And I still I'm working as a working professional handling the large network, right? So the things is how things is going to work for everyone, right? It's not a rocket science. You can go and grab the technology in one day. Technology is something you have to invest your time, invest your money, and invest a lot of things which is going to compromise like your family outing, your relationship with the friends and family. So a lot of sacrifices you have to do to just gain the knowledge of the technology. It's not like something you can gain in a one day. So how it is going to work? Let's say suppose you are the engineer and you want to pursue a career in the networking domain. So first thing you have to know what is the networking, right? Once you know the networking,
Yeah.
then you can start your career with the CCNA. CCNA tell you what is the networking. Now you know the networking. You need the experience in the industry. How will you get the experience? You'll get that experience via doing the labs. Then who is provide the labs? The right platform like us. We are the like real partner who is giving the real time labs to every student who is joining with us. So if you're working with us, we'll give the real industry experience, how things work in the real industry, how router configured, how switch configured. We are not going to teach like how OSI is going to work. We'll definitely teach, but how it is going to relate when the packet is going to start follow by the one router to another router. What all mechanism is going to be used. How the physical layer going to process the packet, bits and bytes. How the data link layer is going to understand the MAC layer. How the network layer is going to understand the IP understanding, right?
Yes. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
these all things you're going to show in the lab, not the theory. So we're having a variety of the labs. If you see here, we are running the lab on the EVNG. So
Yeah.
in this EVNG, we having the N number of the labs, so the CCNA, CCNP, until the CCI. So let me show you something. So you will amazed with like our lab materials. So not only the CCNA, we are dealing with, let me show you something. One of the world largest lab we have, right? So if you want to become the CCI as well, we having a platform where we can show you how the CCI lab is going to. You can see this is one of the complex
Yes.
lab, right? Here we can set up the enterprise level of the company. So even in this lab, you can run the company, your data center, your service provider, everything can be integrated. So this is the CCI lab, right? So if you want to become a CCI, you just have to go with this kind of the complexity of the labs, right? But if you are the beginner, you are the CCNA, you want to do the CCNA, understanding the networking. For you, we having a small labs. If you want to become the router engineer, routing engineer, ENCOR engineer, so we having a different kind of labs. Like if you want to become the routing expert, so we have the MPLS lab. So you can just go and do the MPLS lab practice where you can deploy the MPLS, how the one router going to exchange the routing from one location to another location, right? How between these two routers, BGP is going to form, how the redistribution is going to happen, how the actual configuration is going to happen. So Azim, things is not the theoretical, things is we are more dealing in the practicals, right? So if you do the practicals and we combine the theory stuffs and the practical stuff together, you will become the champion, even able to crack any of the interviews. Right now, what you are asking.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Last time I have given the interview, one question he asked me, what is the different 95 and 95 series Cisco router and 95 series switch and both 95 and 90, sorry, 92, 95. What is the difference for this series? He will be asking me.
So see, both are the see.
Both are
So
the
both of
same,
the
but I have a main difference, sir, I think.
Yeah, so see, in the Catalyst family, we having a different type of the Catalyst family, 9K having a different family of the switches. So every family having a different requirement, right? So if you don't know the family, if you're saying that I am the data center expert, I'm the ACI expert, I am the SD-WAN expert, right? Just you writing in the resume.
Yes.
So you should know
he
the
will
family.
ask me.
Mm-hmm.
He will be
I
asking
understand.
only one question. He will be ask me, both have a 92 and 95, no more difference. He will say me, what is the only one little difference? What is the main difference? Can you talk to me? I have just joining. You have no class. I'm just saying, I have, they will be have a fiber connectivity for both because there will be a Jeddah. I am from at a time Jeddah. There is a main airport, international airport here. We have working. He will ask me just main difference. He will be saying only, yeah, Azim, I'm sorry, I have my language more approximately touching for the Arabic. So he will ask me Arabic. He will be say, yeah, Azim, maafi hada kida kida. He will be say, no, on the point to point, talk to me. What is the main difference? That's his last question. He will ask more than question.
See, I completely agree. Interviewers sometimes are very, particular to the point, because he or she basically wanted to know about the crust. What exactly do you want in the layman language about any hardware, any product based differences, right? So that's why I'm trying to say, if you're working in a data center, you're working in the ACI environment, you're working in the any large scale environment, and you are writing in a resume, I know the Cisco ISR switch, I know the Cisco ASR switch, I know the SD-WAN switch. So definitely they are going to ask you, what is the difference between the ASR and ISR? What is the difference between the Catholic 9K switch and Nexus 9K switch? So you should know what is the family model, how they have designed. So this is something what we discussed in our in-core session, right? So in core, we having the very variety of the syllabus. In core also, we having like a lot of model of the different switches and the routers. We keep doing discussion about that, okay? So if you having like, if you want to understand more about this hardware point of view, so we're having the dedicated in-core session. You can join that, and definitely will make you understand about how this hardware models going to be more, useful for you whenever you're going for a define any design, any kind of the networking component, right? So where we discussing about the stack models, which we discuss about the data center models, which we discuss about the VSS. So in-core is one of the syllabus where we having, let me show you, we probably have the syllabus. Okay, this blueprint itself, you can see that. So architecture, this architecture session is going to tell about the larger scale deployment of the tier 2, tier 3 network, fabric capacity. We having the FHRP, SSO. So people, if you don't understand with the course requirement, then probably you don't understand the product requirement. So that's why in Cisco, we having a different type of the courses available, right? So you just have to go with the courses what is exactly going to fulfill your requirement. So NRC is something what I'm going to tell you right now. This is more about the routing, right? So let's say suppose you completed your CCNA and you also completed your CCNP, right? CCNA, and then you completed your CCNP. CCNP, that means you completed in core, right? So if you completed the in core, then in this in core, you having a very good knowledge about hardwares, right? You understand the hardware. You having a good knowledge about the SDN component, software defined networking. You having a good knowledge about basic routing, right? Not advanced routing, basic routing, right? You having a very good experience about the basic automations, right? Very not like very basic automations. You having a very good knowledge about wireless system. So once you're having a hardware understanding, software defined networking understanding, you're having basic routing, you're having the basic automation and the wireless, you will become the complete engineer where you're having the holistic view of the entire network technology. But you are not expert. You are not expert. You're having a very good knowledge, but you are not still expert. So now you have to become expert, right? So now let me just go back to the again that slide where I was discussing. So now you completed this one, you done this CCNA, and you completed this CCNP in core. So you are the like having the entry level experience, and now you having the core component level of experience, but you are not expert. So now you want to become expert. So in this CCNP enterprise, there is a core expertise you having to take likewise the routing. So if you want to become the routing expert, you just have to go with the CCNP NRC course. If you want to become the SD-WAN expert, you have to go with the SD-WAN component. So in SD-WAN, we teach about everything about the SD-WAN, how SD-WAN fabric works. We having the one of the world largest lab. Let me show you that we keep telling to the people about that lab component. So that having the dedicated section we have, basically SD-WAN, we having a different lab, routing, we having a different lab, switching, we having a different lab. So firewall, we having a different lab. So once we start the expertise in the SD-WAN, we deal with this lab. You can see this lab itself having, you can see how much complexity. They having a lot of branches. They having a data center. They having a control plane device nodes. They having a different ISPs transport. So we'll teach everything about how SD-WAN fabric is going to work for you, right? So certification is something which is rightly path you how you can grow in your career, how you can achieve your all career aspiration, how can you get the high scaled high pay jobs. So CCN engineer, if you are the CCN engineer, you've done the CCNA and you're having a IT skills, probably you'll get a salary package that is going to help you around, it is 3 to 6 lakhs, right? This kind of the salary you can going to get. But once you done the certification, you having the right knowledge of CCNP, at least this one, that is going to boost your salary. It is going to give you at least 5 to 10 lakhs, right? This is a range, right? You can get it. But now you become the expertise of this advanced routing and the SD-WAN, both of the things. This salary could be the 20 lakhs, right? Up to the 20 lakhs or more than 20 plus lakhs, you can get that. So the moment you start doing the certification, getting the more and more knowledge, your salary is going to be grow. And the moment after these all 2 courses, you completed the expert level of certification, that is CCIE, you can see here, then your salary could be, it is going to 30 plus, right? Trust me, this is true, right? This figures are not, I'm lying. You just go and Google and search it, right? How it is going to work. So if you are the CCI expert, this salary is 30 plus, it go up to 1 CR. It's totally depend how many CCI you have done and how much experience you have. Not like you are the fresher, you've done the CCI and you are going to get the 1 CR salary. No, it is not going to work in this way. Like you will become the director of the company, you are become the super architecture for any organization, you are working in the very good MNC like the Facebook, Amazon, they will definitely pay you for the 1 CR or 1.5 CR. But you having the variety of the knowledge along with the expert, like you know the cloud computing, you know the any other firewall technology, then you are definitely eligible for that. But for the average, I will talk you, they will, it's easy for right now 30 plus CTC is like easy for everyone nowadays in the market. If you done the expert level certification, even not done the expert level certification, you just having a knowledge till the CCI level, you'll get that much salary. And you should have the experience like 8 to 12 years of experience, right?
Hello, sir. I have no any certificate. I have just only knowledge. I have 2 lakh per month plus all expense, plus car, plus fooding, plus my ticket, plus my by air, everything for pay the company. I have no time. Only just 1 month, 1 year. Oh, sorry, 1 month. I have 2 day, 3 day working. That's enough. 2 lakh plus 10,000 real. Company pay.
Yeah, completely understand. Yes, completely understand. Certification is just
no
going to see.
No certificate.
Understand. I completely understand, Nazim. So see, let's say tell some story to you how things is going to work, and everyone is applicable. Like suppose there are people who are very who had done the graduation from the very good college, right? And the people might be not done the graduation from any college, right? But they having a very good knowledge, right? They having a very, even the more knowledge, the person who have done the graduation for any subject, likewise the engineering, likewise the any computer science. But the moment both are going to apply the jobs, what is the difference between the certification and no certification? How basically they're going to work? So both people are applying to job. The one people having the more knowledge, but they don't have degree, their resume is not going to be shortlisted by the companies, right? So that is the difference. That is the difference. If you are applying the jobs and saying, I don't have any certifications, probably like recruiter will not showing any interest, even you having the more knowledge. So if you're having the knowledge, your resume is not shortlisting, you are not getting a right opportunity, then how you will going to showcase your knowledge? At least to showcase your knowledge, at least you'll get the platform, right? If you don't have platform, then you cannot showcase your knowledge. So certification is must. Sometimes certification is must. Some organization don't ask for the certification. Knowledge is going to acquire. But I would suggest any of the certification, at least CCNA, CCNP level of certification is very requirement nowadays, because we are working for the global client, not for the any country specific client. If we start working with a global client, then might be the US, UK, Singapore, Malaysia, a lot of country we have. So when the client is going to interview you, they will see your resume and they will check your certification, you check your credentials. So that is a very important. And sometimes it is not important when you are working for some country where they're just looking for the knowledge. Likewise, you're very lucky, you're getting very good amount of the salary, but you don't have any certification. But it is not recommended, don't go with the certification. It is highly recommended, go with the certification, update your credential on the LinkedIn, Credly profile, update your certification code and the resume. That is a high chance you'll get the high calls for the job for the very good organization. Okay. So moving forward, we understand now the career path about the CCNA. We understand about the CCNP. Now we are going to discuss about the NRC. So I'm not going to discuss all these keywords, which is going to use for the different sectors, like the service and service provider for the more in the ISP side, data center is more about the data center, security is more about the security, and collaboration more about the voice. So these all technology is going to be used for the different sector. Let's suppose you want to become the champion of the IP telephony, any phones which is working in the based on the IP. So that for the collaboration for you. You want to become the cyber security expert, firewall expert. That is for you. You want to work in the data center, right? This course is for you. You want to work in the Airtel, any idea, any ISP environment, that course for you. So it's totally based on the interest where you want to work, and according to that, Cisco designed the course, and we are the partner company, we are the training company who is helping the professional like understand these all course requirement and do the practical in our lab scenario, right? So I hope you guys understand. So let me just back to our original agenda. So CCNP NRC. So if you start with CCNP NRC, we having like course content, right, which I'm going to tell you that we are going to understand in deep level of the routing understanding. So let's say suppose you are good having a knowledge of the CCNA, where you understand about the routing protocols. Might be you know that the routing protocol, the routing start with the connected route, right? So you understand about the connected route. Then it is go with the static route. Then it will go with the
सर वॉइस ब्रेक हो रहा है आपका पंकज सर, आवाज क्लियर नहीं आ रहा है.
okay. Sorry, let me just check. Is it clear now or still not clear?
नाउ क्लियर.
Now clear? Okay.
सर अभी भी काफी कट रहा है आपकी आवाज, क्योंकि मैं डिस्टर्ब ना करूं इसलिए मैं नहीं बोल रहा था, क्योंकि आई एम नो.
Okay. Let me. Okay, no worry.
मीटिंग
I'll fix
शायद
it.
ये आपका जूम शायद आपका रजिस्टर्ड है जूम या नहीं, क्योंकि जो रजिस्टर्ड नहीं होता तो सर ऐसा ही होता है उसमें.
It is registered. It is licensed. It is fine now.
Yeah, license. Yeah.
It is fine. Yeah. Now sound is good.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So now I switch my ISP. Might be my ISP having a problem. That's for the region. Okay. So let's continue. So we having a various routing protocols. RIP is the one of the routing protocols. Now we having the EIGRP routing protocol, right? We having the OSPF routing protocols, right? We having the BGP routing protocol, right? We having the MPLS routing. Like this is a one of them. And in addition of that, we are also having a DMVPNs. Right, we just have to understand. So these are the protocols. Basically, we just have to understand in more details, right? So might be we know about the connected route. That is a very basic, which is going to be configured on the any of the router. We know about the static route. We know about the basic of the RIP. But when we talk about the advance of the routing protocol, that is a EIGRP, right? And the OSPF and the BGP, then MPLS,
Yes.
then DMVPN.
MPLS.
That is, that is going to be, pain area for the every engineers, right? They know how to configure, but they're having a very versatile kind of the syllabus where you just have to do the deep dive about the routing protocols, right? So if you're talking about the EIGRP, so you should know many things in the EIGRP, and that is the NRC. Like if you have become the doctor, you have done the MBBS, right? So you are a doctor, right? But after doing the MBBS, like in the Indian medical language, you are the like professional doctor. You can do the any kind of the like treatment. But if you want to become the IS specialist, you probably have to do the IS specialist course, right? If you want to become some kind of the any kind of the special born specialist and like that, so you have to do a special kind of the course. Heart specialist, you have to do the heart specialist course. So similarly, if you want to become the champion of the routing, so you have to do the NRC course where every protocols is going to cover in very details. And these is the core protocols which we are going to cover in this very detail in this particular course, and which is going to start from now, right? So let me just quickly brief about that. So they are talking about the troubleshooting. They are talking about the VRF configuration. Many of us don't know what is a VRF, virtual routing forwarding, how it is going to be configured. So the light VRF and the core VRF, which is going to use in the MPLS, that is also going to be like covered in this particular section, right? So you can see here we having the MPLS operations, how the MPLS layer 3 VPNs can be created, how the MGRE can be created, how the DM VPN can be created, IPsec, NHRP, DM VPNs, dynamic tunnel, hub and spoke to spoke, These all tunnel functionality also we are going to understand. Okay, so if you see here in this particular EIGRP, we having the various type of the EIGRP like definitions. What is the address families of the EIGRP? IPv4, IPv6, right? Neighbor relationship, authentication, loop free, RD, RT. So I have designed the things for you all. Even the notes I have created for you all, because we have to start this one, and also the lab is ready. So we will try to do something today. Let me see what we can do. So this lab is not going to work here. So let me just open this here.
Pankaj sir, this is the demo class or first NRC class?
We'll try to go like demo and the first NRC class like that. Okay, probably we'll start more by tomorrow. Okay.
But time
Or-
will be same na 4 p.m. or will be changes?
Yeah, it is a fixed time, 4 to 6. This is a fixed time.
NRC 4 to 6.
Yes, NRC 4 to 6.
Saturday, Sunday, yeah?
Yeah, Saturday, Sunday. This is a fixed
Okay.
timing.
Okay.
Yeah. This is a fixed timing. Let me just close it. We'll try to do something today, okay? Because we are talking about then. So let me just open this EIGRP lab. So we'll start from very basics. I just created very raw labs, how the neighborship is going to form, right? So let me I'll start this and we'll understand something, and then we can, have a discussion. So NRC. So if you go with the EIGRP itself having the very good, concept. They having the various parameter we just have to understand. We have to understand why EIGRP, what is a dual algorithm, what is the AS number, what is the successor, what is the feasible successors, everything we have to understand, right? So let me just quickly cover that about the course content so people will understand what we are going to cover, and then we'll start something discussion about the configuration part, right? So generally, when we discuss about the EIGRP, they having the various type of the address family, neighbor, authentication, loop free, that is a FD, RD, FC, successor, feasible successor, stuck in inactive, stubs router, load balancing. So if you done everything about the EIGRP, you will be the EIGRP champion, right? So in an RC, you will be the champion of the EIGRP. So one section is going to be completed, right? Then you just have to start with the OSPF. And OSPF itself also having a lot of information. You have to understand what is the ABI, what is the ASBR, what is the totally stub area, what is the no sub stub area, right? What is the backbone area, what is the normal area, what is the broadcast domain, what is the non-broadcast domain, what is the point to point, what is the multi-point to point, virtual link. So these all things I'll show you in the lab.
Sir, I want to ask one question for language regarding. This batch is a Hindi batch or English batch?
This NRC is going to be English batch. So if you
Not
guys have,
English?
I just wanted to plan more because you guys are professional, right? So what is the idea behind this English batch? Because we all are the professional. NRC who is learning, they are all are experienced working in the professional, right? So
I
more,
understand, sir. I
yeah.
understand. But if I talk about in Hindi, so more comfortable for because Hindi is my mother tongue.
Yeah, definitely I understand. Definitely I understand. We'll discuss this. No problem. It's not a big deal. Okay. We basically we are dealing the first day. So because the live audience can be anywhere. So we try to put in the English, but definitely when the classes is going to be start, we'll convert in the Hindi as well. There is no problem, or we'll talk in the both of the language, right? So this is not going to be a problem for me. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So authentication point of view, area point of view, internal router, backbone router, this all things is going to be happen in this particular section. And then further, we are going to the BGP. That's the BGP in relationship, neighbor and all. They are going to talk how the path manipulation is going to happen. What is a peer group? What is the states, timer, attributes, and the manipulation, inbound, outbound, filtering. So these all are in the VGP. So VGP is going to be very interesting. OSPF is even everything. Three routing protocols is going to be very interesting for you all. And then we move in the VPN technology and we discuss about the MPLS. We discuss about the more in the DM VPNs. Then we'll discuss about the security. A lot of concept we having TechAx, Radius, and then like we land with the final section, that is the HTTP, HTTPS, SSH, and SCP. We having to discussion troubleshoot about this also. So we understand having the basic about that, the section of this particular technology. Now coming back to the actual agenda about the routing. So if anyone is going to ask you how the routing is going to work, right? The $1 million question is going to happen in the any of the interview. If I going to ask you what is a routing, so probably many people don't understand what is a routing. Can anyone explain, if you feel in even in the Hindi or English, what is a routing? The first question I would like to understand, what is a routing?
Yeah.
Because yeah, I appreciate any participant answer. I really appreciate. Don't feel shy. जो भी पता है, just बता दो मुझे, ठीक है? Because we are here for learning.
Routing is a concept of planning of the defining of the rules, which is have a working of the router.
Okay, so we are going to define some rules.
Router, very defining of the rules, which is have a working of the router. Router is mainly working for layer 3 device, network layer 3 device, OSI models.
Okay, so the thing, we are creating some rules based on the rules.
Very defining of the rules, because suppose that we have working now wait a time of work of OSPF. OSPF have open socket path first of the router, which is a working of backbone area, mainly main area for backbone area. So that is of the 0, and other area have a different type of the areas.
Okay,
So,
okay.
because that is the predefined of the rules. We have no change for backbone area 0, no defined of the 5 to 900 area 2000. We have no defined because this is a preset of the rules.
Good, appreciate. That's a very wonderful definition. Okay, so thanks, Ajim. Okay, so I noted your point.
Routing, the main concept is to forward the traffics we can identify the routes or identify the path. That's the main concept, routing.
Okay, great. Dhirendra. So to forward the traffic with identify the path, right? Right. And who do this particular action?
Protocol, routing protocol.
Routing protocols and routers, right? Basically,
yes. L3 device, yes. IP
okay,
device.
L3, more specific, L3 device, right? Okay, yes. It could be router and switch also, right? Any other participant who want to define about the routing? What is routing? Anyone else want to contribute? I will definitely explain what is routing, but I want to understand your point of view also. Saurabh, you want to contribute something about the routing? Any idea?
सर मेनली राउटिंग जो है अपने जो हम काम करते हैं राउटर्स पे मेन उसका वर्क होता है टू डिफरेंट नेटवर्क को अटैच करना प्लस इफ आई रन एनी प्रोटोकॉल्स इन राउटर सो all routing protocols are work is very different. So OSPF like OSPF में जो हम काम करते हैं उसमें एरियाज को डिफाइन करके हम वर्क करते हैं. AIGRP में हम लिमिटेड राउटर्स कनेक्ट कर सकते हैं. ठीक है, बट OSPF में जैसे अभी बताया सर ने बताया था कि बैकबोन एरिया राउटर एरिया 0 राउटर से कंपलसरी होता है, मस्ट होता है अटैच होना. ऐसे BGP जो है एक ऐसा प्रोटोकॉल है जो हम आउटसाइड एरिया में यूज करते हैं, आउटसाइड वर्ल्ड वाइड में यूज करते हैं BGP प्रोटोकॉल्स. इसमें भी वर्क करता है राउटिंग प्रोटोकॉल्स.
Okay, appreciate. Anyone else wanted to? Thank you, Saurabh, for your answer. That's really great. Anyone else want to contribute? What is routing? Any new participants? Probably I can take n number of names, but if you guys want to contribute, you can contribute. Because here we are not for the it's not academic class. We are not going to teach about the books. We are going to talk about the practical things, right? So I will never going to judge. You don't know anything, right? We are the professionals. So professional always going to help you. Either the answer, no answer is wrong and right. First thing you have to keep in your mind. If we are learning, always you try to do your best. Okay. It is not my responsibility to judge you. It is my responsibility. If something is not in right, I will help you to correct in the right, because we are the professional, right? And this is how technology works. Technology is never having the predefined solution, which is this is way it is going to work. No, technologies keep evolving. You design one solution, might be it looks very fine for you, but after running over period of the 1 year or 2 year, you find a lot of problem in that technology also. So you have to improve that technologies, right? So it doesn't mean technology was wrong. Technology was right, but in certain point of period, you just have to upgrade yourself because that is not going to cater the future requirement. So this is how it is going to happen. So let me explain what is routing in very layman language. Let's suppose I am the not engineer, right? I am the like normal graduate guy. Might be they have done my 12th or might the BCom, BSc. I don't know anything about the routing. So how can I explain them? So this is a very example. Let's suppose I'm in somewhere in the Delhi, right? And in this Delhi, I might be staying somewhere in the railway station, right? Of the Delhi, right? So in this railway station, right, what is going to happen? So in this railway station, I am standing in the railway station, and after standing in this railway station, I want to go in the one of the airport in Delhi. So this is might be airport, right? So how things is going to happen, right? So I'm in the railway station. Now I have to go in the, I'm in the New Delhi railway stations. I want to go in the airport. So two things in my mind, let me just draw in the better picture. So something, so this is one location and this is another location, right? So you are the like, might be I'm here, right? Want to go airport, right? So this is how my two location is, right? So let me just put here, this is the location is the,
सर बेस्ट एग्जांपल इसके लिए आप क्या नाम है वो मैप खोल सकते हैं.
yeah, I will definitely come to there. So one is here, right? So basically, if you go there, right, in these two locations, we having a various roads, right? Might be we can go via this, we can go via this, we can go via this, we can go this, and this. So various path is going to be there because in this rail from the railway station to the airport, we having the various path, right? We having a various path to go to the one location to another location. So who is going to tell me which path I'm going to take? Who is going to tell me which path I'm going to take? So if you are the like staying here and you don't have any intelligence, so probably what you'll do, you can choose any of the path, right? And you start walking, right? Might be you selected this path and you start walking. I will select this because you know or somebody told you. But after reaching a certain point of time, you come to know might be this road has been blocked, right? Or might be you are not allowed to drive the car via this road for some any reasons, right? So again, you're stuck. Again, might be you have to find the alternate way from here to reach the destination. So probably in here also we having a multiple path, right? To go to destination. Again, you select any of the path and you can go to the destination. So the end goal routing basically going to help you in terms of the, if you're having the source A and you want to go destination B, it is going to tell a path how you can reach from one location to another location. This is the process of the routing. So routing basically tell you, you don't have to rely on the manual process. You don't have to ask anyone else. You just ask me if I am the intelligent, I will going to help you. What is the path to reach one location to another location? That is the routing is going to do that process, right? So if you ask me which having the intelligence, that is the router. So router know everything about the destinations. So router will tell, no pro, you don't have to go this way. You just take this path is the shortest and this is the free path and it's going to take a less time if you're going to this way also. So the routing is a process selecting the path, and based on selection of the path, they will like assist you. You will go via this to reach any destination. So just guiding you in help of the going from one location to another location. So best example we having that sort of told is GPS. So let's suppose I'm using the GPS, right? Google Map. So in this Google Map, you just opening the Google Map, you just put any of the destinations, right? If I'm here, I'm just selecting that, you know, Delhi railway station, right? And I want to go in the airport, right? So might be New Delhi Okay, terminal 3, terminal 1. Okay, terminal 3 Delhi. So you see, it is suggesting the various path, right? You can go via the NH44. It is going to take around 1 hour 3 minutes. We having another path. You can see via this northern access, it is going to take 1 hour 5 minutes. It is another path, yellow line you will take, and you will reach via this by 1 hour 15 minutes. All path is showing. You can see here in this map. If you are in the New Delhi, you just have to reach this location. Sorry, let me just take another color. You just have to reach this location. So this location having this path, and you can go via this way. The another path, you can come here, you can go this way, and you can reach this way. Again, you can reach this way. The third path, you can reach this way, you can reach this way. But here also we having a 2 path. You can see, you can reach this way. So we having a multiple path, right? So the best path, it is telling by the GPS, okay, still we having the multiple path, right? But we can use this path because this is the one of the shortest path, and this is the one of the best path, and less time is going to take to reach the one location to another location, right? So this is the routing process. Same thing router is going to tell you, right? Router is going to tell you, hey, if you want to go from certain source to certain destination, you select this path. This is the best for you. And how it is going to happen? Here, GPS is gathering the data. GPS is working as a routing protocol, right? Similar in the networking domain, routing protocols could be the EIGRP. It could be the, static route. It could be the EIGRP. It could be the REAP, right? It could be the OSPF. It could be the BGP. Any routing protocol, ISIS, any routing protocol can be used, or MPLS. This all is going to teach you. So let's take an example. There is 2 location. One is this location, another is this location. So how the packet is going to form? So let's suppose I am staying
I
here.
have one question.
Yeah,
Sir,
yeah.
MPLS को हम टेक्नोलॉजी बोलना ठीक रहेगा या राउटिंग बोलना अच्छा रहेगा?
MPLS technology.
This is like the MPLS leveraging the routing protocols like BGP you're running, MPBGP you're running. So they
Yes.
are more in the technology, but leveraging the routing protocols. That's why I'm considering as a routing protocol, just giving an example. But if we talk in the overall, what is MPLS? This is one technology that is label-based switching, right? So not one of the protocol, right? But it is leveraging the routing protocol information. Without leveraging the routing protocol information, MPLS cannot run. It is going to use the OSPF, it is going to use the BGP. Then over that, MPLS is going to run their LDP session, right?
But sir, overall, we are telling DMVPN or MPLS, that is completely routing technique, not routing protocol.
Yes, you are right. So what is a DMVPN? So again, coming, so MPLS. Oh, pen stops. MPLS and DMVPN. Both are we having a 2 type of technology. One is the underlay, another is the overlay. Right? So these are the overlay technologies, right? So to make them workable, we just require the underlay. And who is going to perform the underlay? Your routing protocols, like a static, like RIP, like OSPF, or might be the BGP. These technologies is going to build the underlay, and once it is going to build the underlay, you can form this MPLS or DMVPN. So these are the next generation technology they are going to use in terms of doing the routings. Okay. So coming to our original question, let's say suppose I am staying in this particular R7 router, right? So this R7 router having a set of the packets. How the packet would be? So this having a packet set, right? So this R1 want to reach to the R11. So this is the R11, right? So what is your destination address? So destination address is, it is going to use 11.11.11.11. This is your destination address. This is your destination IP. And what is the source IP then? So your source IP is going to happen 7.7.7. This is your source IP. So probably I make a SIP, or you can just write source IP. So this is your source IP. So now we having a 2 field. So one thing you have to keep in your mind, always you have to keep in your mind, routing, let me just write it here. Routing always work based on destination address. This is always you have to keep in your mind. Routing never work on based on the source IP address. Router always check the destination IP address. So if someone is going to ask how the routing is going to work, so you have to tell, you just have to define what is the routing. Routing is a process. By using the routing process, we come to know how to forward the traffic from one place to another place. Or if you go in the more specific about the routers, you can tell them routing is the process. It is going to tell me the path from A location to B location. How can I reach in the shortest time of the period? Or best path I can use to reach from one location to another location. This is the routing. So there could be multiple definition. Best path to reach any destination is routing, right? Routing suggests me a path to reach one location to another location, right? These are the definition, right? Or routing tells me how to forward the traffic from one source to another destination. These are the definitions. Could be any, you can pick it. It's not like hard and fast. You have to just go and book and Google and read the some definition. You just know the concept. You should just know the concept. What is the intent? What they are looking for? They don't want the book's knowledge. They want to understand your concept, right? So someone is going to tell you just drive the car. So they are not going to ask me just tell me the theory how to drive the car. You should tell me you just showcase your skills and just take the access of the car, take the key and just showcase. Yes, I know I'm the driver. You just start driving the car. Okay, this is how the things work in the production environment, right? So if I am the interviewer, if I'm going to ask you the question, hey, tell me the routing. What is routing? So you should tell me something which I like. I don't like the book's knowledge. I know any can read the definition from the book and tell.
I agree with you, but sometime interview ask me this question. So every interview wants to long and best answer. Provide me.
Sorry,
Provide
every
us.
interviewer.
अब सारे इंटरव्यू यही चाहते हैं कि कुछ अच्छा और बड़ा, अगर हम शॉर्ट में बताएंगे तो वो अजीब सा फील करते हैं वो.
I agree.
Yes.
This is not short, right? This is the definition. You can manipulate your words, your sentences in a different way. What I'm
Yes.
telling, you're not going to tell very strict, this is the routing, best part to reach and destination. You can elaborate it. You can give an
Yes.
example. How the answer is going to be like big. You can define the taglines and you just come with examples. You can come with examples. So when you explain the examples, it's become the big answer for you, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
Excuse me,
We can
sir.
add.
मैं भी इंटरव्यू देने के लिए गया था सर. और
बताइए.
टी शर्ट और लोअर में गया था सर. टी शर्ट और लोअर में, क्योंकि सब टाई वाई लगा के 7 स्टार होटल था सर. यहाँ पर इंटरनेशनल कॉन्टेन होटल है, इंटरनेशनल होटल है सर. उसमें इंटरव्यू देने के लिए गया और सब टाइम से पहले मैं 5:30 बजे 1 घंटे इंटरव्यू पर वेट कर रहा था. 1 घंटे तक वेट किया उसने मेरा कि हाँ, मैंने फोन किया कि आई एम ऑन द वे, जस्ट आई एम कमिंग, सो मे बी आई एम लेट 15 मिनट. मैं कह शो नो प्रॉब्लम, आई एम जस्ट वेटिंग. जो मैंने इंटरव्यू किया तो उसने सारे पेपर साइड रखे और उसने सिर्फ 2 क्वेश्चन किए सर. उन्होंने कहा यार तुम पहली बात में रिजेक्ट हो गए, आप ड्रेस में ही नहीं हो, टी शर्ट में आते हैं कोई बंदा, लोअर में आप आ रहे हो यार इंटरव्यू देने. मगर सर मैं ऐसा ही हूँ. उन्होंने बोला कि ठीक है, आप मुझको ये बता दो. मैंने सिर्फ एक क्वेश्चन पूछा. उन्होंने बोला कि हमारे यहाँ सीसीटीवी लगे हैं और हमारे यहाँ सर्वर है, उसमें रेड जो है मैं कौन सा यूज करूँ जो मेरा परफॉर्मेंस अच्छी हो जाए. सर ये क्वेश्चन था सर. मैंने बोला कि रेड 5 भी यूज कर सकते हैं, हम रेड 10 भी यूज कर सकते हैं स्टैंडर्ड का. उन्होंने बोला कि अच्छा क्यों. मैंने उसका आंसर दिया सर. उन्होंने उसी पे सिलेक्शन कर लिया.
That's good. But again, Azim, I would suggest it's like not a good practice. Okay, being a professional, you can go lower and t-shirt for any interview. So you are the very kind of the lucky person where you are exempted for the everything. But this is not for the ideal for the every students, right? For every professional.
आइडिया नहीं है सर, क्योंकि बंदा सामने वाला सर नॉलेज देखता है सर, बंदों के पास कुछ है या नहीं, खाली है, इसके ऊपर मैं
but some of
responsibility
the
भी रख
companies,
सकता हूँ
some of
मैं।
the company might be in India, I know that they will not even allow to enter for the any interview section from the reception itself.
सर मैं विप्रो में गया हूँ, विप्रो में मैंने इंटरव्यू दिया, IBM में, उसमें IBM में दिया, एयरटेल में दिया, रिलायंस में किया काम सर, मैंने ऐसे ही काम किया सर, एयरटेल में भी काम करके आया हूँ मैं।
Okay, good. Okay, I understand. Okay.
दिल्ली में है सर ये फेज 3 में, अंबर इलेक्ट्रो लिमिटेड, फेज 3 के पीछे आप पूछ सकते हैं सर, उसमें मैंने इंटरव्यू किया इसी तरीके से। तो I have idea, just I know, sorry about disturb, because idea you have good concept, but we have clear the concept, you have no see anything. That will be a main motive of the work.
Okay, completely agree. Okay, let's move this class forward. Okay, so the core agenda, what we are discussing about the routing. So routing can be defined in your own language, right? And further, you can give an example and you can elaborate it. Okay, so now you can see this is your source IP address, and this source IP address wanted to reach this destination IP address. So first thing you have to always check like how the decision is going to make, right? So router is going to make a decision based on the routing, right? So basically router is going to check how to reach this destination, what is the information available in my brain. So he's going to ask his brain, hey brain, can you tell me how to reach this destination? So brain engine is going to guide him, right? Yes, if you want to reach to this destination, you having a two path. One, you can reach via this one, you can reach to this one, another you can reach via this one. So you can see here, this path is basically looks like shorter because it's having one hope and this having the another hope. But if you check this path, this having a three hopes, it is going to this hope, then this hope, then this hope. This looks like quite longer path. So how this router is going to select which path is good for me? So this decision is going to happen based on the routing protocols, right? So based on the routing protocols, right? Again, we are going to talk about the routing protocols. So based on the routing protocols, let's suppose you are running the static routing, right? And you are running the RIP routing protocols, right? So if you are running the static routing, right? So whatever the route is going to install in this routing table via the static routing table, they are having the AD's value. This AD's value will always 1. But let's you are running the RIP routing protocol, might be it is going to have the 120, right? This is the 120 AD value is going to happen for the RIP. So always, let's say suppose you're having a 2 copy of the route available in your brain, in your memory. So router is going to let me just draw how it is going to look like in the brain. So in the router brain, there will be 2 entries going to happen. So the entry is going to happen in this way. This is your brain. So one entry is going to happen in this way. 11.11.11.11/32 via static route. I'll show you how, which AD is 1. Now another entry is going to happen in this 11 dot. I'm just giving an example, and 32 via RIP routing protocol, which AD is 120. So how the selection is going to be happen? How the router is going to be take a selection, which route shall I take, right? So the selection is going to happen based on the AD value. This is the first thing in term of the AD. But before the AD also we having something we known as the longest match. Longest match, right? So longest match will come. Let's suppose you are receiving the 2 subnet route, which having the one subnet mask is /30, one is a /32, right? So let's assume in this way, in this brain, you having a 2 route entry. Just understand this. You having this entry. One is 11/30, right? Another route, or this is known via, let me just play one game, static routing, which AD is 1, right? This is one entry. I have another entry. You guys tell me to understand. I have another entry here, 11.11.11.11/32, which is via the RIP, which AD is 120. Now you guys tell me which route is going to be best in terms of the routing protocol in this router.
Static.
Static routing. Because there will be a AD first, and secondly, depend of the bandwidth, sir.
No,
And,
Ajim, hold on. We are not talking the bandwidth. We are not discussing about anything about related bandwidth. It's just code talking about the routing protocols. So how the route selection is going to happen, right? Many people don't understand this kind of concept, right? They know the routing protocol, they know everything, but when you come to the basic, they're stuck that how the route selection is going to be happen. So the question is, let's say suppose router having these two routing protocols in their brain. One is 11.11.11./30, and one is another is 11.11.11/32. One is known by the RIP, one is known by the static routing protocol, which is going to be best routing, base route going to be installed in this router brain. Out of these two, who is going to answer me? I come to know there is some kind of the mixed answer. Some is saying the AD value, but is it correct? Everyone is agree for that? Either I have to prove you right or wrong. So I have to take the note from everyone. Is it a correct answer or anyone having any different opinion?
But I think 32 means broadcast IP. That maybe that will go through first. RIP.
You guys have to understand route selection process, right? Just go and Google and try to understand route selection process. Trust me, I'm not going to teach anything before you understand the routing basic fundamentals, right? If you don't know the basic fundamental, that is not going to help you to understanding routing protocols, because the fundamentals should be very strong, right? So you can see here, if you're building the routing table, we having a 3 parameters. We having the parameter is the administrative distance. We having a parameter, the matrix, and one is the prefix length. These 3 parameters is going to check and help you in terms of the routing selections. So let's say suppose this is a scenario, you having a 2 route. One is a static route, which AD is 1. One is the RIP route, which is AD is just going to be happen is 120, right? So which is going to be select as the best path. So the first thing, if I am the engineer, I will just talk about the route which the AD is going to be lower. That is to become the best path. But this is not correct. This is not correct. The selection is going to happen based on 3 parameters. Administrative distance. This is the measure the trustworthiness of the source of the route. If the router learn about the destination from the more than one routing protocol, the administrative distance is compared to preference give the one route with the lower administrative distance. If I'm reading this first line, it is telling me the first one is a true, like a static one is a true because it's having the lower administrative distance. Because it is telling me lower administrative distance is going to be take preference over the higher. So higher is 120, lower is 1, right? So 1 is going to be win the race. Now the second step that is talking about, this is the measure used by the routing protocol to calculate the best path to given destination. If it learned the multiple path to the same destination, each routing protocol use their own metric. So whatever the metric is going to be used, that metric play in a picture. So if you are using the different routing protocol, they all having the different metrics. So that is again, if EIGRP, if you're using the OSPF, EIGRP having the composite metric, the OSPF having their own metric based on the cost. So that they're going to compare. But here it is the RIP and static, they are not going to compare because we not define any metric here, because one metric is a hop count, another is like we just having the static route. So there is no definition for the metric unless we are just going to define the floating default static route, right? So that is also not going in a picture because we are comparing the static and RIP. Now the third thing they are talking about, each routing protocol process, receive and update and other information. It chooses the base path of any given destination and attempt to install this path into routing table. For instance, EIGRP learned the path toward this destination and decided particular path to this EIGRP path to this destination. I tried to install the path learned routing table. They are giving a lot of examples, right? They are talking about the AD and all, but what it does mean the prefix length. So let me just break in the layman language. So prefix length always take a precedence over the AD values, right? Always. So as you can see, this route subnet path.
एक बार और प्लीज क्लियर कर दें, प्रीफिक्स को दोबारा बताएं.
हाँ मैं बता रहा हूँ, हिंदी में बता दे रहा हूँ. चलो हाँ हिंदी बताता हूँ. ये जो आपकी जो राउट सिलेक्शन मेथड होता है, दैट इज गोइंग टू बी हैपन ऑन द 3 प्रोसेस, राइट? पहला आपका होता है लॉन्गेस्ट मैच, फिर आपकी होती है एडी वैल्यू, तीसरा आपका होता है मैट्रिक, राइट? सो दिस इज द 3 प्रोसेस, बेस्ड ऑन दैट वी आर गोइंग टू चेक। सबसे पहले आपके पास 2 प्रीफिक्स हैं, राइट? ये प्रीफिक्स मैंने लिखा यहाँ पे, सो 11 10 30, एंड एक दूसरा मैंने लिखा 32। सो इसमें से लॉन्गेस्ट मैच कौन है, सबसे लंबा प्रीफिक्स कौन सा है? हाउ आई कैन डिसाइड दैट? हु इज द लॉन्गेस्ट प्रीफिक्स?
32
32, बिकॉज अगर 32 का सबनेट मास्क लिखोगे तो ये लिखाएगा इस तरीके से 255 255 नहीं नहीं 252 नहीं 255, दिस इज 32, दिस इज 32। और इसका अगर लिखोगे तो ये होगा आपका 255 255 255 252। सो ये आपका होगा, दैट इज अ /30। सो ये इससे लंबा है, देख रहे हो? इसमें जो आपकी बिट है 1 की बिट है, अगर इसको टेबल में लिखोगे इस तरीके से तो 2 टेबल बनेगी। देखो इस तरीके से टेबल बना लो, राइट? ऐसा टेबल बना लो आप दोनों की, एंड अंडरस्टैंड दिस टेबल इज गोइंग टू हैपन। ये हर एक बिट के हर एक 4 ऑक्टेट होते हैं हर एक आईपी के एंड सबनेट मास्क के। देखो लॉन्गेस्ट प्रीफिक्स कैसे कॉल होता है, देखो आप लोग ध्यान से। 1 2 3 4 5 6, सॉरी यार थोड़ा सा मैं इसको ऐसे मैनुअली लिख देता हूँ इंस्टेड ऑफ पेन, मैं ऐसे ही ड्राइव लिख देता हूँ। सो 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8। और इसमें क्या होगा 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, ये स्लैश आपका 32 हो गया, राइट? इसमें क्या हो गया 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 1 2 3 6 4 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, एंड इसमें 1 2 3 4 5 6 0 0। सो बताओ किसमें 0 कम है, किसमें 0 ज्यादा है? किसमें 0 नहीं है? मतलब इसमें आपको काउंट करना है किसमें 0 है, किसमें जिसका 0 होता है सबसे सबसे कम 0 जिसमें होता है, दैट इज अ लॉन्गेस्ट प्रीफिक्स। सो इसमें तो 0 है ही नहीं एक भी, राइट? सो ये लॉन्गेस्ट हो गया ना हमारा। इसमें 2 0 है तो ये इससे शॉर्टेस्ट हो गया। समझ रहे हो मैं क्या कहने की कोशिश कर रहा हूँ? सो लॉन्गेस्ट प्रीफिक्स आपके हमें, हाँ बताइए
सर। इसमें चेंज कैसे करेगा, चूज कैसे करेगा, इसको डिफाइन कैसे करेगा? मैं ये तो इसमें तो 0 नहीं है, तो ब्रॉडकास्ट हो गया, और इसमें कैसे चूज कैसे करेगा वो इसमें दोनों में से?
आप जाके गूगल पे एक प्रोसेस होता है एंडिंग प्रोसेस, ज्वाइन माय सीसीएनए क्लास, ओके? सबनेटिंग करना एंडिंग प्रोसेस होता है।
सब पढ़ा है जी सर। 0 और 1 बाइट एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव होता है सर।
एंडिंग प्रोसेस से एक मिनट एंडिंग प्रोसेस से आपका नेटवर्क आईडी कैलकुलेट होता है, उसी एंडिंग प्रोसेस में पता चल जाता है कौन सा प्रीफिक्स का क्या लेंथ है, राइट? सो जिस प्रीफिक्स में सबसे ज्यादा लेंथ 0 होता है, दैट इज द शॉर्टेस्ट प्रीफिक्स। अगर 2 चीजों को कंपेयर करना आपको तो आप दोनों को लिख लो, देख लो 0 सबनेट मास्क किसमें ज्यादा है, राइट? तो जिसमें आपके सबनेट मास्क 0 ज्यादा होंगे वो आपका शॉर्टेस्ट प्रीफिक्स होगा, और जिसमें कम होंगे वो आपका लॉन्गेस्ट होगा। दिस इज सिंपल कैलकुलेशन, दिस इज सिंपल कैलकुलेशन ऑफ द लॉन्गेस्ट प्रीफिक्स मैच, राइट? सो आपके पास 2 राउट है। अब मैं
सीसीएनए का पार्ट है ना?
हाँ, एंडिंग प्रोसेस सीसीएनए पार्ट है, ये सबनेटिंग सीसीएनए एंडिंग प्रोसेस।
सबनेटिंग का सर।
Yes, see, in my CCNA, this is the ending process. I taught my CCNA people in very detail. They are now expert. See, this is the ending process. Let me show you a little bit. Everything. See, this is the ending process. How it is going to happen? Network address, subnet mask. How the ending process? How the network ID is going to be calculated? So these all I teach in the CCNA. Yeah.
Yes.
So these all things, if you having very good CCNA understanding, so this is quickly going to be understand. Okay. So these all ending process I'm going to teach in the CCNA. So come back to the again question, right? So longest prefix I was talking about. So longest prefix is something. Where is my lab? Okay. So longest prefix is something. Based on the longest prefix, you can basically identify which route is going to be best. So if we're having a 2 route and one having the shortest longest path, one having the longest path, so which having the less number of zeros, that is going to become a best. It is not going to check the AD value and all, right? But what next? If let's say suppose I'm learning both of the route, right? Let me just use my this design. So if I'm using this one, let's assume that this is my, again, this two routes, right? This is two route. And this is again the original question /32. Now it is, this one is learning via the static. And this is the RIP. Now you guys tell me which one having the, you know, shorter and longer. Both are the equal, right? Both are the equal. So if both are the equal, so all value is going to be 1 here. This is also 1, this is also 1. So they both tie. So if tie is going to happen, this is going to out of the race. This is not going to help you in terms of the tiebreaker. So now tiebreaker is going to happen in terms of the AD values. So what is the AD value of this static and this RIP? This is 120 and this is 1. So 1 is shorter than 120. So this is going to be select. So this route is a static, one is going to select in the routing table. Understand? So this is how my AD value is play in the role, right? Now we understand about the AD value. Now let's suppose this both route is running based on the what I can say, RIP. Okay. So no any static route. So they are going to learn based on the RIP, right? This is also RIP. So this is also AD is 120. This is also AD is 120. Now, how is going to select the best path? Who is going to become the best? So this is also not going to help you. AD is also not going to help you because AD is going to tie. Then how the tiebreaker is going to happen? Now the metric is come in a picture. Metric is going to help you to just do the, you know, tiebreaker. So metric for the RIP is going to based on the hope count, right? So if I go via this hope, you can see 1 hope, 2 hope, 3 hope. Here 1 hope and 2 hope. So there's just shortest hope. So it is going to win this one. And is the longest, it is going to reject this one. If this stop learning, this will become the best. So similar, if you're running the EIGRP, they having a composite metric, right? Based on the composite metric, bandwidth delay and a lot of key values, they compare which metric is lower. So the path where the metric is lower, that is going to become the best path. The metric which is a higher, that is going to become the non-best path. So you guys understand what is this route selection process. If anyone is going to ask, and trust me, if you're going to give the any routing interview, people are going to ask you what is the selection process of the route. And I'm sure many of the engineers don't know about this concept. Many of the engineers don't know about this concept. What is the longest prefix match? What is the AD value? And what is the metric? When these all come in a picture, right? So this I wanted to explain you. So you guys now having understanding, if this source wanted to reach this destination, so it will take the brain, it will check the brain. Hey brain, what is the routing table? Brain will tell you, this is the routing table and you can use this routing table. And based on the routing table, you can go via this path or this path. And then it will reach to the destination. And once the destination going to reply it, they will form another packet. And in this reply packet, they will form in this type of the packet. Now your packet will be just opposite. When this is going to reply, this is going to become your source address, their on address. This is a 11.11.11.11. This is going to become your source address. The destination become your source address, source IP. And now this is going to become your destination IP. What is destination IP? This is your 7.7.7. So now your reverse packet is going to be checked. Again, this router will check what is the best way to reach the destination. So it is going to check the brain entry, and based on the brain entry, either it will take this path or it is going to take this path. So it's totally based on the routing protocol, how you're going to use, and based on the source and destination, your routing is going to be happen between the two locations. Any question guys still here? You guys understand how the route selection is going to happen, how the routing process, because we are not talking about the syllabus now, we are just talking about the fundamentals. And these are the key things. People don't understand the power of the fundamentals. If you're having the very good concept of the fundamentals, probably you can learn anything. But if you don't have the fundamentals, you keep struggling to understand the fundamental things. So moving forward, let's understand the AD values. So let's compare these all. So if you see here the AD value, any connected route. So what is the connected route? So that means any router, let's suppose I have taken the router. Let me just use this process, or let me just, how can I use this? Okay. So you can see here, this router having this interfaces, this Ethernet interfaces, this is the interface. Any IP you are going to assign on these interfaces, they consider as a connected route. And any connected route having the AD, that is a 0. Any connected route, AD is always going to be 0. So connected route also having AD. Don't forget about that. It doesn't mean if you're configuring any route on the any interface, they are not part of the AD values. They are the part of the AD value, and they are also having their own significance. So connected router having their own AD, right? Once you're done with the connected, the next one is the static, which is the 1 AD. eBGP is the 20 AD, EIGRP internal and external, right? And one is the summary route. 3 AD value of the EIGRP. Trust me, guys, many people don't know about this, but see here, I'll show you these all things in my lab, and every AD I will compare in my lab. So we having a 3 type of the EIGRP. Internal, which AD is 90, external is 170, and the any summarization we are going to happen in the EIGRP, that is going to happen in the 5 AD values. Then IGRP, that was the before EIGRP, the protocol was introduced, was the IGRP. They having a various limitations. Based on the limitations, they were absolute from the market. Cisco revoked that, and they designed the protocol that is the EIGRP. They keep in initial stage as a Cisco proprietary, but now it's the open standard. So this IGRP AD also is 100. Now we are going to talk about the OSPF. That is the AD is 110. ISIS is 115, and the RIP is basically 120, which we discussed right now. And the BGP also having a 280. One is the 20, one is the 200. So there is 2 flavor of the BGP. eBGP is external BGP, iBGP the internal BGP. So these all we are going to compare, we are going to understand, and we are going to learn this all process. Okay. So today class is just about the basic intro about this, and lab, you guys get the lab access, right? In this lab, we'll discuss a lot of things. So I just wanted to showcase this lab also, but let me just stop this and let me just go with the lab details, how this lab can be accessed. So once the enrollment is completed from you all, right? Some have already done, but might be many of you as a new. So you'll get the lab access. This lab is going to be accessed from anywhere in the world. Just you have to access this URL, and you'll get this folder access, CCNA, CCNP, CCI lab, right? So probably not you'll get the CCI lab access, you'll get the CCNP lab access. So you'll get like you start, like we are running the EIGRP, so we can start configuring the EIGRP, and then we slowly move to the advanced, like if you are running the BGP, so we just have to start working on the BGP technologies. We just have to working on the layer 3 technologies. So if you see here the BGP, and here you can see the MPLS. So MPLS also having very good labs. So these all labs is going to be performed, and you can start doing the configuration. I'll prepare the all configuration script while configuring these all labs. So step by step, you can start the routers, you can start configuring the IPs, and you start doing the communication. You start building the OSPF, you start building the MPBGP between these locations, and then further you start integrating the site locations, right? And finally, once we done this, all the BGP, MPLS, NAT is not part of this particular syllabus, but routing labs also we having one routing lab. In this routing, we just have created some kind of the lab topology where we have different branches. This is going to run the OSPF routing protocol. Some are going to run the MPBGP, some are going to run the eBGP, right? Via the OSPF, via the static. So EIGRP, so all flavor I'm going to use these all branches. So you having the basic level of understanding how these all going to be configured in a different routing domain. And once we're done with this kind of lab, we'll go for the advanced lab configuration, which I'm showing you more specific, more intense about the BGP, more intense about the MPLS, more intense about the DMVPN. So even we'll go with the DMVPN, we'll come to know how the hub and spoke topology is going to be configured. You see here, so we're having the hub location. This is the DMVPN hub location. They are forming the MGRE with the spoke sites, and they are connecting with a different site, alpha, delta, and delta site 3. And we're having the RR, which is running in the route reflector. We are running the BGP, MP BGP. So how it is going to happen, how the VRF is going to be created, and this all VRF, how the routing is going to be exchanged. So this level of understanding, this is the MPLS VPN over the DMVPN. So AGRP will try to explore, MPLS we will try to explore. So this is my core expertise, guys. So basically everyone having their core expertise. So SD-WAN, Palo Alto firewall, routing in core. This is my own core expertise. So just leverage that. I'll make you understand. This is my responsibility. You get everything, one of the best knowledge of the in core NRC if you are registering about the anything about this routing concept. So that's all from my side for today. Okay, probably we can again discuss this tomorrow, and we'll start from the EIGRP basic fundamental, right? So tomorrow, what we will discuss, we'll start with the EIGRP. We'll understand what is the EIGRP and the tables, topology table, routing tables, when EIGRP was introduced, what was the limitation with the IGRP protocols, what is the limitation with the RIP, and what is the problem with the IGRP. Then what is the algorithm, the dual algorithm, what are different keywords we are going to use, ASN, AD distance, advertised distance, reported distance, feasible distance, successor, feasible successor, neighbor table, routing table, active router, passive router, reliable transport protocol, passive interface. These all parameters I'm going to explain, and I'm going to show you in the live configuration, right? How the packet is going to be exchanged, hello packet, update packet, query packet, acknowledgement, and this how what kind of information they are going to carry, and the key points and the lab topology, how the acknowledgement and all is going to happen, and we'll land with the configuration, how the configuration is going to happen from the one router to another router. So we'll start from the very scratch, and once we started from the scratch, we will move in the advance, and we having the official certification book as well, right? So let me show you, where is the book? It's the NRC syllabus. Let me ENCOR. There is a official book also I have. Let me check where it is. I have put it somewhere. No worry, I'll just take it for you. So CCNP, we having somewhere book also. I put it somewhere. No worry, I'll just figure it out, and we will follow the official certification book as well, and we'll cover from them, right? So any question till now? Anyone having any question, or we are good for now? Because I am done for today. Probably will connect by tomorrow, and we'll start learning about the core topics without any further discussion about the basic and the curriculum content. Okay, so I am assuming you all are fine, right? And see you tomorrow. Okay.
All right. Thanks.
All right. Bye bye. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.